to feed these hungry Steam Deck fans. They don't take no nonsense. Alright. What's up, people? Another beautiful day. Yep. Hope your 5 senses work. Health and strength is good or excellent. What? Says here, got an article here, a couple articles here. Halo PC port was scrapped due to significant tech issues, according to former devs. It says Microsoft has been bringing Halo back to PC in full force since 2019, going on to release the Halo Master Chief Collection in the most recent entry, Halo Infinite. Over the years, even Halo Spartan twin stick shooter and the RTS entry, Halo Wars, have landed on the platform. However, one title that's refusing to hop over from Xbox console to PC is Halo 5 Guardian. It seems plans were in motion to bring the game over. At some point, though, in the 2015 release, Halo 5 Guardian has just turned 9 years old, prompting its many fans to once again ask for a PC port. Unfortunately, according to Tyler Owens, a former 343 Industry, a former developer at 343 Industry, a port was scrapped entry due to significant tech hurdles encountered by the studio. And then it said, I wish, but it never going to happen, in my opinion, says Owen in a social media post. I think the port was being considered ran into significant tech hurdles and was scrapped. And then it says Owens was an infrastructure engineer at 343 Industries when Halo 5 Guardian was in development, and currently serves as a build engineer for Apex Legends. Exact details on these tech issues were not shared by him, though with Owens going on to say that I honestly wasn't as connected to high-level details on my role at the time. And then he says, well, what's interesting is that 343 Industry released a Halo 5 Forge on PC back in 2016, a standalone experience that offers the map editor and custom game functionalities from the full game to PC gamers, letting Windows players create and share multiple maps. Campaign multiplayer matchmaking and for the official maps were obviously missing from this version. 343 Industries and now Halo Studios is currently working on multiple Halo projects, all utilizing Epic's Unreal Engine 5. A new remake of Halo Combat Evolved is rumored to be one of these games. Alright. Technical difficulties. We got 7 comments. And it says, somebody says, but why? Any game can be ported to PC. What's so special about Halo 5? Microsoft, please, Halo 5 on for PC. And then someone says, who is this? Sam said this. RDR entered the chat. I thought that will never happen, but tomorrow, same for Halos in the Master Chief. Didn't expect them, but I guess this is a long shot. Would love Halo 5. And then Escape said this. If it hasn't happened by now, it won't ever happen. You got a point. Who else? The what's the space said DirectX. He says DirectX 12 is being very new at the time. Probably had a lot to do with it. Can't say if they were using the hardware audio chip extensively or had any systems that needed to redone. I think they can port it regardless of what DirectX you're using. You know, I think it's just a matter of, choice, to port it or not to port it. Alright, now, what else we got here? Let's see here. BioWare sends DMCA to people criticizing Dragon Age, the Veil Guard. Well, Dragon Age got a 9 on Metacritic, so yeah, BioWare is not letting gamers tear their games down anymore. They're taking action. Says here, Dragon Age the Veil Guard is just 3 days away from its release. While the game is currently the most pre-ordered on the PS Store in the UK and the US, a recent report suggests that the developer are avoiding giving critical creators the review codes of the game. They said it has now been reported that BioWare is sending DMCAs to people who post pictures and videos criticizing Dragon Age the Veilguard. So why it matters, this is not a great sign for the title release, as BioWare doesn't seem confident about the launch of Dragon Age the Veilguard. And then it says, just recently one of the leading Twitter accounts that posts about the gaming related stuff that BioWare is currently sending DMCA to people posting videos and pictures criticizing Dragon Age the Veilguard. He deleted all his previous posts about the title and warned other creators not to post anything criticizing it. It says fans have also criticized the idea in the comments, stating that BioWare is just afraid of letting fans know about their super woke title before it launches and doing everything in their hands to control the review. And it says, we believe that BioWare doesn't have to do anything like that, as developers have released some of the best games in the past and should be confident in what they have developed in the last few years. And then it says, nonetheless, Dragon Age the Veilguard will be released on the 31st October on PlayStation 5, Series X and S, and PC. Therefore, we will soon find out how the game will perform at launch. What do you think about this? Anyway, do you think BioWare is right to send DMCA takedowns? Well, look, I think it comes down to the language that you use and, how you go about reviewing stuff, And, when you disrespect developers, like some people try to do, then BioWare is right to do just that. So yeah. Let's see, what's this? Let's see, Hasbro moving forward with Baldur's Gate 4. Plans without Larian. Don't wait 25 years again for a sequel. Says here, what's this? Let's see, what's this? If I can get this, my mouse is acting up here. Come on now. You're joking. You're joking. Anyway, says here, let's see if I can get this. I'm trying to get it. It says Larian Studio has moved on from Baldur's Gate. Dungeons and Dragons owners Hasbro still wants a sequel and is now looking towards a potential partner. The company does not want a new game to take 25 years again. It says the year 2023 ended with excitement from Larian Studios recording, breaking, and awarding sweeping RPG. Baldur's Gate 3 was unstoppable for the latter half of the year, and it puts many releases to shame. Larian Studios has decided to end its journey with this series on high notes, and the team is moving away from the franchise. However, Baldur's Gate license still belongs to Hasbro subsidiary Wizard of Coast, and is now intended to make another game. And it says, why it matters? This means that fans are cautiously optimistic since they were introduced to the series due to Larian Studios' unique offering. And it says, talking to PC Gamer, Eugene Evans from Wizard of Coast addressed the possibilities of a new game for the franchise. And it says, he then went on to say that Wizard of Coast is already talking with partners. The company intends to proceed with the development of a fourth game, even though Larian Studios will no longer be involved. It is important to note that Larian Studios was also picked as a partner. The original game were created by BioWare, and various developers have tried their hands at making a game for this IP since then. Ultimately, Hasbro and Wizard of Coast wants to release a new game sooner rather than later. The publisher needs to be careful with their partner, since Baldur's Gate 3 set such high expectation after becoming an undisputed game of the year. Moreover, says here, Eugene Evans suggests that fan favorite Baldur's Gate 3 character could return in the future series, but nothing is set in stone. Certain actors have also expressed interest in coming back already. And it says Larian Studios has already begun work on its next game, teasing an ambitious project. According to the team, its second game after Baldur's Gate 3 will be worth keeping an eye out for, since it won't be possible before the PlayStation 6. Then it says, as for the wait for Baldur's Gate 4 continues, fans can keep themselves busy with the third entry. It features so much content that many have found it difficult to put down, and certainly don't blame them. Yeah, Baldur's Gate 3. Alright, seen another article here on Crash Bandicoot. See if I can get it. Yeah, I gotta keep you guys in the loop here. Okay. Let's see here. Kronos, the new Dawn Blooper team takes... Okay. I think I've seen something on Crash Bandicoot. I think I just seen it. Oh, here we go. Crash Bandicoot 5 cancelled after 3 years of work, says developer. Yeah. It says here, attempt to save the game internally failed. After the 3 decades for relevance, the Crash Bandicoot series has become a staple of platform games this year. Its latest entry came out 4 years ago, and fans have been waiting for a new mainline title since then. While Toy for Bob's has recently released a game like Crash Team Rumble, a developer suggests that Crash 5 won't come out anytime soon. In fact, the developer stated that the project has been completely cancelled. Why it matters, the Crash franchise has always been held in high regards for its unique approach to platforming gameplay. It is also one of the few platform games to have stood the test of time. And then it says, one of the designers from Crash Bandicoot 4 has recently discussed Toys for Bob's latest cancellation. He states that the team worked on the game for about 3 years, but it was permanently shut down a few days ago. According to the developer, all attempts to save the project have now failed. And this is later on, the developer confirmed that Toys for Bob was working on a Crash Bandicoot 5, stating that the fans would eventually learn about the game that never came to be. And it says here, while hopes seemed lost, Crash Bandicoot reports states that the team is currently focusing on Spyro series following the Activision merger. Toys for Bob went independent, but it was a partner with Microsoft for the next game. And it says Nicholas Cole also discussed Project Dragon, another game that he was involved in. While Toys for Bob was not working on this game, he stated that it had also been cancelled. Yeah. And it says here, nonetheless, it's disappointing that Crash Bandicoot won't return anytime soon. While its 5th mainline game could still happen eventually, the series was on quite an impressive winning spree after the release of the Insane trilogy. It's a shame then that 3 years of work on a new game went to waste. Yeah. It gets like that, folks. It gets like that in video games. It do. Yeah. Gotta keep you guys in the loop. Okay. Oh, let me cover this. This is funny. Let's cover this. It's about the FTC here. Yeah. It says Microsoft didn't lie to the EU on ZeniMax deal like the FTC said, according to source. It says here, today marks yet another interesting turn of events for the never-ending Microsoft x Activision Blizzard saga. Yesterday, the U.S. Federal Trade Commission announced its division to sue to block the deal, as it would, in its view, enable Microsoft to suppress competitors to its console and its rapidly growing subscription content cloud gaming business. To further its argument, the FTC cited in its complaint that Microsoft had reportedly lied to the European Union regulatory body regarding the futures of exclusivity of ZeniMax games. When that deal was cleared, here's the excerpt from the FTC statement. It says here, the FTC points to Microsoft's record of acquiring and using vulnerable gaming content to suppress competition from rival consoles, includes its acquisitions of ZeniMax parent company Bethesda Works, a well-known game developer. Microsoft decided to make several of Bethesda titles, include Starfield and Redfall, Microsoft exclusive, despite assurance that it had given to Europe antitrust authorities that it had no incentive to withhold games from rival consoles. However, says the investigative news agency MLEX contacted the EU regulator today and reportedly received a response that essentially rebuked FTC on the matter. The article is behind a paywall, but recent error used IDAS, origin poster of the forum official thread on the Microsoft Activision Blizzard deal, reports its content on the board. You find it in its entirely below. And let's see here. It says here, Microsoft didn't mislead the EU of a ZeniMax deal, watchdogs say in response to U.S. concern. Microsoft didn't make any commitments to the EU regulators not to release Xbox exclusive content. Following its takeover of ZeniMax Media, the European Commission has said. U.S. enforcer yesterday suggests that the U.S. tech giant had misled the regulators in 2021 and cited that as a reason to challenge its proposed acquisition of Activision Blizzard. The Commission cleared the Microsoft ZeniMax transaction unconditionally, as it's concluded that the transaction would not raise competition concern. The EU watchdog said in an email statement, the absence of competition did not rely on the statement made by Microsoft about the future of distribution strategy concerning ZeniMax game, said the Commission, which itself was open and in-depth probe into the Activision Blizzard deal and appeared keen to clarify what happened in the previous acquisition. And then it says the EU found that even if Microsoft were to restrict access to ZeniMax titles, it would have a significant impact on competition because rivals wouldn't be denied access to an essential input other than console will still have a huge array of attractive content. We contacted IDAS to get proof of the original article. IDAS kindly provided them. Nonetheless, we contacted the European Union to receive an official confirmation on the statement, and we'll update this story if we hear back. And then it says Microsoft and Activision Blizzard announced to have reached a deal for the former to acquire the latter for roughly $68 billion in January 18, 2022. Sony has been fighting a fierce PR war to proclaim that allowing the deal to happen would endanger competition and consumers alike. Some countries already waved it through, like Brazil, Serbia, Saudi Arabia, and others, like the United Kingdom and European Union, are conducting a deeper probe into the deal, which was originally targeting a June 2023 date for closing. That date will certainly prove to be unrealistic if Microsoft Activision end up fighting the FTC in court, as they promised to do unless the U.S. regulatory body backs down. Yeah, Microsoft is not playing. Anyway, got about 200 comments here. And then, see, what's the other one here? FTC revive its internal lawsuits against Microsoft acquisition of Activision Blizzard. Says here, let's see if I can get this. Update. Microsoft has reached out with the following statement on the below FTC news. We still anticipate that we will close the transaction by October 18, and we have full confidence in our case that the deal benefits gamers and competition. It says the U.S. Federal Trade Commission, FTC, isn't giving up its legal fight against Microsoft's acquisition of Activision Blizzard. As you're likely to remember, the U.S. regulatory tried to obtain a preliminary injunction to prevent Microsoft deal from being completed, but failed when Judge Jacqueline Scott Corley of the Northern District of California ruled in favor of Microsoft on July 11th. Shortly after that happened, the FTC was essentially forced by its own commission rule of practice to stay the internal proceeding before the administrative law judge, which were originally scheduled to begin on August 2nd. Following the regulatory decision to sue to block the acquisition last December, however, the FTC has now ordered the internal proceedings to resume effectively, reviving its lawsuit. Evidentiary hearing will now commence 21 days after the United States Court of Appeal for the Ninth Circuit Court issues its opinion regarding the appeal of the district court decision on the requested preliminary injunction. It is a slightly surprising decision considering that the Federal Trade Commission now effectively stands alone following the United Kingdom's Competition and Market Authority (CMA) provisional approval of the restructured Microsoft deal. This is in parentheses, chiefly due to the divestiture of Activision cloud streaming rights to Ubisoft. Everywhere else, the deal has already been approved. So it says here, still under Lena Khan's tenure, the FTC attempt to fight even unwinnable battles. In fact, they have lost every one of them so far. Just yesterday, they issued a massive lawsuit against Amazon, alleging that the online retail and technology company is a monopolist that uses a set of interlocking, anti-competitive, and unfair strategies to illegally maintain its monopoly power. And then it says here, as for the Microsoft Activision Blizzard deal, the FTC won't be able to stop its closure because it can't continue its internal hearing and potentially seek to unwind the deal afterwards. And that is that. Yeah. Microsoft, man. Well, they beat everybody to it, you know. That deal was on a first come, first served basis, so the FTC caught between a rock and a hard place, so to speak. Yeah. And you know, Microsoft beat everybody to it, man. I mean, you know, and it was up for grabs. You know, I mean, Disney could have gotten Activision Blizzard. Who was that? Disney, Comcast. You know, Amazon. You know, Google. You know, Tencent. You know, companies with big pockets could have had Activision Blizzard. You know what I'm saying? Microsoft just beat everybody to it. You know, because Phil Spencer said what it's not what they can do for us, how can we help you? And then you know, he made another statement too, you know, when he says Sony and Nintendo is not our competitors. So he looks down the road, see who the competitors were and what threats do they bring to video games, and Microsoft beat everybody to it, you know. So yeah. That's the story with that, man. Yeah. You know, so I mean, once Facebook name came up in that situation, man, you knew Activision Blizzard was up for grabs right then and there. No ifs, ands, or buts about it, man. So yeah. FTC's on their own now, you know. So you know, they're fighting a battle a deal that's already closed. So yeah. Anywho, that's my thoughts on the whole thing. Let's see here. What else we got? Any news? Oh. Any news? Going once, going twice. Let's see. Any news? Check one more time before I go. But yeah, the FTC's fighting a losing battle. And now they gotta click to cancel. What? That was, to me, that's like targeted at Microsoft, you know. So yeah. Oh, anything else? Let's see here. What's this? I already did that. Let's see. Xbox window app getting a new home page. And anything else? And then Microsoft unveiled revamped chat channel experience for Teams. Yeah. So yeah, man, that's the story with that, man. That's the news I got to report. So anyway, yeah, I'll keep you guys in the loop though. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Nice talking to you people again. Crystal Star Wars Star Trek thing. Borg Dark Side. Go. Peace.